All right, here we go with the first thing, reverse gallop. So with a pattern of down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. So here we go. Double time. Now let's see if we can get a 200. Be able to keep that up for much longer. So one thing we didn't talk about going over this, when you go to the open A, notice I'm muting the low E string with my thumb, and I'm muting the D string with my middle finger here. Now when I go to fret the B note and the C note, I don't have to worry about muting an adjacent string with another finger while the open string goes, because now this finger is muting all the higher strings here. So that's important to do in order to minimize excess noise. So that's one of those muting techniques to get the hang of. So again, when I'm doing this, like here, I'm actually muting all these strings with my index finger, so I don't get any of those 5 strings to ring out. So, and now when I go to there, the F note, the index finger is muting out everything that's not being played, like the A, D, G, B, and E string being muted out there. And then, and that's why I'm using my middle finger when I go here, because it's just easier to get to at the moment. Because basically, I kind of keep my index finger behind here to help with muting instead of relying on the ring finger to do it all. So it's just easier for me to jump my middle finger up to the D string to barely have that touched so it doesn't ring out. And muting that E string with the thumb is important so that doesn't ring out. So again, middle finger's muting the D string when I'm doing the open A, and then first finger takes care of the muting for those strings there. Thumb's still muting the low E, and then when I go back to the open E, index finger is muting those strings. So when you have open strings happening, it is important that you mute the other strings as well, so you don't get a bunch of extra noise. Okay, number 2. Okay. Alright, that was 60s. Now we'll double it. And 240 is still the goal for 8th notes. So here we go. And that's definitely a challenge. Number 3. So I'll play this to a metronome just so you can hear it. It's not a terrible idea to do with metronome to get the timing correct. I just remember saying don't worry about a metronome for this one. The main thing is to just get used to playing it. If you get to a point you got enough time and you'd like to try and do a metronome speed drill with it, go ahead. But definitely those first 2, speed drill those and just try and get comfortable with this the hammer-on thing. If you got time and you can do a speed drill, go for it. But that's not the most important thing here. Important thing is just be able to play this well. So anyway, again, metronome on to have a beat so I can play it as accurately as I can for demonstration purposes. So here we go. Remember, when you're doing this, make sure your pinky's up on the tip enough so you get that sound versus, or, see, that's a bad sound. This is a good sound. So that's one note being hammered on versus 2 notes. So that was the thing to work on and focus on this week. Having the pinky be in a better position so you do not hammer on notes that you don't want. Okay, and our rhythm for the week. I'll count this one off if you'd like to join along. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2. 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 1, and 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. You know the rest. Okay. I believe that covers everything. So, yeah. If you got questions, let me know, and I will see you Friday.